allow yourself to imagine that you are a limitless, super powerful, creative force that, with focus and discipline, can, starting right now, create a temporal wave of positivity that will not only roll through your physical form and manifest as health and getting into shape and having more energy and just feeling good, but will actually roll out of the cave of your mouth in the form of angelic words that spontaneously erupt at odd moments in the day. And those have been called prayer, where all of a sudden you find yourself just saying thank you to nothing in particular or to everything. Imagine, just for a second, that that's what you really are. That you can be a kind of fountain of bliss that goes erupting into this dimension, a volcano of joy that explodes into your particular community. And it can happen in an unexpected way. Just like out of the blue, volcanoes will suddenly explode. In the same way, out of the blue, you can start exploding love into your family and friends and work and business. And not in a bullshit way, not in the phony bullshit way where people explode love when really all they're trying to do is make you feel like a goddamn asshole because they're better than you, but in the actual way, where suddenly you don't even know what you're saying, but you're saying just the right thing at just the right time to the person who needs to hear it, and you don't even know why. And you don't even have to worry about why, but it can happen. These volcanoes have been exploding throughout history. They exploded in the form of Buddha and Jesus and Muhammad, Albert Einstein, Gandhi, Martin Luther King, Mother Teresa, Amma, Neem Karoli Baba, Ram Dass, and it can happen to you. You are at the very crest of the wave of existence. As far as we know, you are the most advanced being living in the galaxy that you've incarnated into. And relative to the great universe that you're existing in, you are one. There are not a lot of humans. Sure, it seems like a lot because the planet ain't that big. But compared to the number of stars, compared to the number of galaxies, there's not a lot of us here. You're special. You're unique. You have such incredible power. You're running the exact same biocomputer that gave birth to such things as the theory of relativity, electricity, quantum physics, all philosophical systems, yoga, and anything that any human ever did. You're running that exact same computer. That's you. That's you. That's the kind of power that you have. You can literally do anything. You can be the being that intuits or channels an entirely new system of thought that can transform a huge part of the biomass that you're currently a member of. It happens all the time. Happened with Buddhism. It happened with Islam. It happened with Christianity. It could happen with you. I'm not saying you're Jesus. I'm not saying you're Muhammad. And God, who would want to be any of those things anyway? I mean, I guess if you really like people, I don't know. But you can actually... I see, I'm doing the opposite of a curse on you right now. You can actually, at this very moment, create the first movement. You know, like an avalanche can start with a pebble. Just a pebble moved out of place can hit another pebble, which hits another pebble and creates a chain reaction that creates an avalanche. You can, at this very moment, if you wanted to, move that one little pebble, that one little piece of limitation, whatever it may be. You can just push it a little bit and you could create an avalanche of limitlessness in your life. Whatever that fucking means. You could do it. You could do it. You're a limitless being that deserves love, and you exist in paradise. There, I said it. You deserve love. You exist in paradise, and you have the potential to do anything you want, regardless of what your current situation may seem. And I don't mean this in a kind of like televangelist bullshit way. I'm telling you, read Viktor Frankl's Man's Search for Meaning. Study. You got to work hard. I'm not saying if you just lay back and suddenly decide that everything's perfect, everything's going to become perfect. No! The blessing I'm placing on you is a blessing of action. And it's got to fucking start with the realization that you're limitless. It starts with joy. It can. It starts with allowing yourself to go crazy. You let yourself go crazy. That's the point. You let yourself become Don Quixote. You let yourself believe that you're a hero, even if your current patterns of activity happen to be completely meaningless. You allow yourself the delusion that you are made of love. You allow yourself to pretend that and see what happens. Just see what happens. Like a scientist. Study it. What happens if you allow yourself to be hypnotized by this hippie spirituality rant that I'm spewing into your ears right now? Allow yourself to be temporarily lulled into a state of believing that you are incredibly powerful and that you matter and that you can do whatever you want, and anything that you think is limiting you is an illusion. Then pretty wild shit will start happening in your life.